John Verone. I'm introducing my grandpa. What were your chores when you were my age?
Well, when I was about 6 or 7, I had a couple of chores. I had to make my bed every morning after sleeping, and I had to pick up all my toys.
And what were your toys?
Oh, let's see. I had my favorite toy was a cowboy outfit. I had a cowboy hat, and I had a bandana that I put around my neck, and I had chaps that went on my legs over my pants, and I had a cowboy boots, and I had a toy pistol and holster, and I kind of looked like Howdy Doody. He was my favorite character at that time.
What other chores did you have?
Well, when I was your age, I used to have to go for milk every other day or every third day. And what I would do is I had this little red wagon, and my mother would give me a nickel or a dime. I can't remember how much milk was at that time. But I would take the empty bottle, put it in my wagon, and go down to the corner store. The corner store at that time was Baldino's. Everybody had a corner store because we didn't have the big grocery stores. And I would take my little wagon down there, and I would go in, I would buy a gallon of milk, I'd put it in my wagon, and I would bring it home. One time I had kind of a mishap when I was doing that. I took the wagon to the grocery store. I forgot to turn it around, and I went and bought the milk, set the milk in, and as I went to turn the wagon around, it flipped over, and I broke the whole gallon of milk. It went all over the street. I was so disheartened. I started crying. I ran home. My mother said, "That's okay. Don't worry about it. You do this every day. Here's another dime or another nickel or another dime. Go on back. At this time, make sure you turn the wagon around and bring it home." And I did that.
Grandpa, what did you do for fun with your family and friends?
Well, every year we used to go on a family vacation, and we had this big piggy bank. And every day for a year, we would put all of our small change in that piggy bank until we had enough money to go on vacation. And then we would go to a motel that had a swimming pool, and we would swim for a week or so. And while we were swimming, my dad used to take pictures of us, movies of us, old 8mm movies, and then for laughs later on through the year, he would show them to us.
Did you have any holiday traditions around birthdays or holidays?
Well, we used to have a family tradition where on Christmas Eve, we would all get dressed up and we would all go to midnight mass. And after midnight mass, then we would have breakfast and spend the rest of the day with the family.
Hey, Grandpa, is there any special vacations you like to go on?
Well, when I was a kid, we didn't really have really special vacations. We went on vacations, we had a lot of fun, but nothing really exciting or special. But since then, we've been on lots and lots of vacations, and a lot of them have been real special. But I think the one that comes to my mind right now that was really special was the one when we went to Bali. We were off there for a 13-hour plane ride. After we got off the plane, we stayed at a nice hotel. At the hotel, we rode elephants. Do you remember that? The whole family was on elephants. And then we went over. Do you remember we went over to one of the Hindu temples?
Yeah. And we saw lots of monkeys.
And we saw lots of monkeys.
So nice too.
Right. And what did they tell us when we went over there? They told us make sure that you don't bring anything with you that the monkeys could grab because they like to steal stuff and trade it back to you for food. So we left things like glasses at home. We left hats at home. But what we didn't see and we didn't know at the time is that the monkeys would jump on you. And all of a sudden, your mom was carrying Christopher, and one of the monkeys snuck up behind him, jumped on his back, stole his shoe, and jumped and ran into the jungle.
And then the guy took some action
Yep.
When Daddy paid the guy, then he took some action, then he got it.
And he went over and he jumped over the wall, went into the jungle, and came back.
Hey, Grandpa, how many brothers and sisters did you have?
Well, I was the oldest of the family, and I had 3 sisters and 1 brother, all younger. My brother was the youngest. I have a sister by the name of Jane, a sister by the name of Mary, and a sister by the name of Monica. And my youngest brother is Timmy.
Did you argue? What kind of games did you play?
Well, you know, we were 15 years apart between my brother and myself, so we really didn't argue or fight too much. We used to argue a lot with my sisters. Yes.
Thank you, Grandpa, for sharing your story. This is Andrew John Verone.